It's another beautiful day, regardless if the sun is shining or not. It's a beautiful day. Today is good old Lunes, Monday, and I got a message for people, and I don't really, it don't bother me if you like it or not. All right, it really don't. What bothers me is that it's very rational and it's logical. And there's more people willing to go against what I'm about to talk about versus people that will not be afraid to agree. So I'm going to talk about parents who are not in their kid's life. That's what I'm going to talk about. And I'm going to talk about the quality of that person. If you feel like this talking about you, then it probably is. Because it's gonna if you possess any type of characteristics or these type qualities, then I'm talking about you. But I'm not talking about you to make you feel bad. I'm talking about you so you can change your ways. Maybe you don't even know. Maybe because the devil has got everybody, including you and everybody in your life. There's nobody that has enough mental power to follow God and follow Jesus Christ, they don't have enough mental power that to the point where they have a church and they're going to church and they're reading the Bible and they're reading their household with God. There's one thing to say you lead your household with God, but then there's another, like lead your household with God and then, what I'm saying, you still doing crap, like you just still doing negative things versus you actually leading your household with God and then you flourishing and you are helping people, you're loving on your family, like things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? But anywho, this is for the people, the parents who are not in their kids' life, and it's more so voluntary. They choose not to be there. What's up? What's up, y'all? Hey, thanks for subscribing. I'm just now getting the comments. The comments are just rolling in now. But this is gonna be for like I hate what's up. I hate what's up, Charles. I hate to say deadbeats. I hate to say deadbeats because that's kind of harsh to say. I hate to say deadbeats, but that's kind of harsh to say. But this is what this video is for them. So I'm a guy, you know what I'm saying, and I took on the responsibility of raising my kids because number one, I really don't like how this world operates, and I don't want this world to eat my children up and spit them out, and then they be part of a system where now they have baby daddies and baby mothers all over the place. They're just they're the quality of them is just tore all down and stuff like that. I chose to be super pro dad. I chose that to be in my kid's life. You know what I'm saying? Now, the mom is more so not and hasn't been there. And so it's like, okay, I've I'm pro family. So I've given chance after chance after chance after chance to show and prove that to the kids, because I pretty much made my conclusion. But to the kids that you are not like negative, like you love them and you know, like make it just let it be known to them. Tell them your intentions. You know what I'm saying? But it just baffles me how parents cannot be there and it's still hold on to the title of mother, or father, like try to reap those benefits. Like you don't even earn it. You haven't even earned it. You haven't even earned. You may have had kids. You may have helped produce them. You may have pushed them out. But you haven't, if you haven't sacrificed, like literally sacrificed your future or committed your future to your children, and you know what I'm saying, like dedicated yourself to your kids literally. Like, why are you running around here talking about you still a mother and you got kids to raise, or you still a father and you got kids to raise? No, you don't. No, you've given up that. You've given up that option without signing papers, and that's like the worst thing you can really do is give up, give up like being an example, a great example, or give up on your kids to where you don't want to be a good example, a role model. That's like, that's first to signing your rights over. I ain't gonna lie to you. You know what I'm saying? Because you're actually doing it. You feel me? And I be having to deal with that a lot. And it's not easy. It's not easy sitting here. I have three children, 15, 13, and 5. And everything that I do is for them. Everything that I do is for them. Literally. You know what I mean? And I carry myself like that too. Because I don't want, again, I don't like, I could have crashed out a long time ago. You know what I'm saying? I support you guys too. Thank you guys for the comments. I appreciate it. I'm in North Carolina. But I could have crashed out a long time ago. You know what I'm saying? I could have really like really just up the skull in these words, up the skull, and it would have been it. But I chose not to. I chose God, and I chose my children because, excuse me, because I didn't want my kids to be in school and I'm dead and somebody saying a trigger for them, which that's why your dad killed himself, or that's why your dad killed your mom and then killed himself type deal. You know, like I was just, all that stuff was just playing in my mind, you know. The spirit of God always told me that I won, even as a little kid. I used to have things happen to me, yo. And adults used to pick on me, criticize me, chastise me, used to do all of these things. And the spirit of God has always been there. And over time, it multiplied. The voice got bigger, the voice got stronger. And I always knew that I won. That's why I'm very patient. Somebody can literally be over there talking junk about me, and it's not going to move me nor bother me because I already won. Apparently, it's something that I'm doing that's disturbing them to the point they have to come out of their mouth and defile their character just to try and defile me. Thanks, Valentine Brown. I'm sorry, Valentina. Make sure you guys subscribe to me too, because I'm about to start back like getting consistent with my live. I went out for about 2 weeks maybe. I took a rest. Took a rest from social media. I had to unplug. Let's throw some lights in the chat, gang. That's my boy Charles K, y'all. Make sure y'all go and support him too. He might not be doing so much on his channel, but you gotta run them subscriptions up too, because I'm pretty sure he's gonna be moving too. He's gonna be moving. We both moving in the spirit. Everybody who subscribed to my channel, we all move literally in the spirit of God. You know, and I got this Bible right here, y'all. I got the Bible right here. And typically Charles will get me in that Bible. He'll throw a scripture out, he'll get me in that Bible. But that's what I kind of been dealing with, you know what I'm saying? And like, I filed for divorce. So I didn't like, it's unbelievable. It's something that I had to really come to terms with. That's another reason why I took that time off, because I had to do like some thinking, even though everything that transpired for about maybe 4 years, she say 3 years, but it's felt like the drag has been like maybe 5, literally. But even like, I should have just not even had to think about it, you know what I'm saying? But I did, because I considered, you know what I'm saying, I considered myself as a cycle breaker, and my partner wasn't too open about being a cycle breaker. Like, you know what I'm saying? It was a disagreement there, you know, but it was a little deeper than that too. You know, my partner, my ex-partner, like chose flesh over spirit. And so when you choosing flesh over spirit, you're gonna move in the direction your flesh wants you to move. And you're gonna give it up to people who don't deserve it, or you're gonna give it up to people who buy it. You're gonna give it up to people who like, you know what I'm saying, seduce you to just, you know what I'm saying, Jezebel spirits and all that, you know, when you're moving in the flesh, like you literally moving like that. So, you know, it's unfortunate. And this is another black family who has been ripped apart, literally ripped apart. And we're going to chalk it up to statistics because it was the woman. It was the woman not having no real father figure, not knowing how to value a man's leadership and value a man's words. And, you know, I'm not gonna I mean, I'm not gonna just continue to dismiss things. You know what I'm saying? Like it was just messed up how everything just played out. It was just really messed up. And so another thing is, since I'm raising all of our children, I'm only half, you know what I'm saying, of the whole. So I'm 50%. So even if I can get a good job, I'm still not doing as much as two parents can do. You know what I'm saying? Realistically, God didn't say, hey, one parent is gonna raise all the kids and the other parent I'm gonna just guide the other parent somewhere else and they're gonna do whatever they want to do somewhere else. He didn't intend for that. You know what I'm saying? So it doesn't, I can do all the talking in the world and I can do all the praying in the world and all that stuff. It's just still not going to like fill in that hole where that other parent's supposed to be at. It's really not, you know what I'm saying? So it's 2025 and I filed for the divorce. I just couldn't deal with it no more. What's the point? It's like a holdback. You know, I want to be happy with somebody. And for a long time, I wanted to be happy with my kid's mom. But she ruined that. She ruined that. My dad ruined that. My mom ruined that. Everybody ruined it. Everybody ruined it for me and ruined it for the kids. You know what I'm saying? Family iniquities. You feel me? So I'm not traumatized by it. You know, I'm not I'm just woke. I'm just aware. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm aware, like once I just figured out everything was just so clear to me, literally just so clear to me, to where family isn't family, you know. And I just learned that titles aren't titles. I can't expect this person to be this way just because of their title or their label. I had to learn that the hard way, the hardest of ways. I had to learn that. So I'm really like like I'm dismissive to like when family say they love me and stuff like that. Especially my mom. Like, I don't believe it. I don't believe it because love is not gonna have you talking about me behind my back to people I once brought around. You know what I'm saying? Literally negative things. That ain't love. You know what I'm saying? That's not love at all. It may not be hate, but it ain't love. That ain't my type of love. Somebody who loves me, in my mind, somebody who loves me will pray for me. You know what I'm saying? And they will call me. You know what I'm saying? Somebody who loves me will never do me wrong. That's my definition of love. Somebody who loves you will never do you wrong. When you're wrong, they are on your side, but they're telling you you're wrong. And you know what I'm saying? They not telling everybody your business and things of that nature. They're not allowing people to be comfortable enough coming to them. And you know what I'm saying? I'm sorry, y'all. Coming to them and talking junk about you to them. There's not gonna be no secret conversations. And if someone really loves you, they let you know their intentions in every conversation. They tell you that they love you. I'm trying to tell you guys, and it's like you. I don't know where I can find that at. I do not know where I can find that at, but I know it exists somewhere. But I don't think it exists in North Carolina. I don't think it exists here because parents don't even know how to be parents. Like it's just ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? Like like it's like it's an imbalance for me. Like one time, I was like, man, I don't even know why I'm even here, but I had to find Christ, yo. I had to find a balance, yo. And we're here to really enjoy this earth. We're here to do that. But we're also here to give God praise and worship Jesus Christ and God and find out what our purpose is. All this other stuff is just for distraction. Like these shades just for distraction. You know what I'm saying? Like this car, all this stuff is all a distraction from the kingdom of heaven. All of this stuff was put in place to trick you out your spot in the kingdom of heaven and to try to say that this place is better than the kingdom of heaven. You know what I mean? So God put us here, and he put us here to test us, and he put the Bible here too, so we can go by the Bible. Because while we're here, he's preparing us. God is preparing us for the things that we want, from the thing that we pray for. So whatever you pray for, you already have it. You're going to go through some things. So by the time you actually get to it, by the time it click in your mind, this is what I got to do, X, Y, and Z, and then you get it, you can maintain it emotionally and everything. So anything that come at you the wrong way, you will know why. You'll know why it's deployed, and you will be able to protect. You'll be able to protect what you worked hard for. You'll be able to protect that blessing. You know what I mean? Whoa. I don't know what that was about. So, I was talking to my daughter yesterday, and I told her, and I don't know if she didn't know this or not, but I told her, because she didn't know what the pastor was talking about. We went to church yesterday. She didn't know what the pastor was talking about when he said your storm, when you go through your storm, you know what I'm saying? It's how you was when you came out of your storm. And so I leaned over and I asked her, I was like, do you know what he means when he say storm? Because just a side note, when we're in church and the pastor's talking, I explain everything to my kids on what he means. So they don't just be sitting there and they don't know what's going on. So I explained to her, she said she didn't know what a storm was. And I told her, I was like, the storm is like all the negative stuff that you've been through that you made it out of, especially the things that you were involuntarily put in, or especially the things that you made bad decisions on, and you had consequences and things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? Then I told her, I was like, listen, I've been through a whole lot, and she didn't know, I guess. She didn't know. You know what I'm saying? And I'm telling her. I'm telling her the things that her mom put me through. I'm telling her all about all the lies, all the cheating. I'm telling her about it. I'm gonna tell her about it because I don't want my daughter subjecting herself to the things that her mom was subjecting herself to. I want my daughter to know when somebody loves her. I want her to be able to tell when somebody really truly loves her and when somebody really truly care about her. You know what I'm saying? So I keep it real with my kids. I don't want them to make the same mistakes. That my job is to make sure that they don't make those same mistakes. And I take it very seriously. And I would cut anybody off and out of the picture. You know what I'm saying? To make sure, to protect my doctrine, to protect what I'm distilling in my children. And really for the right eye and for the mature person, they would be like, okay, well, what is it? What is his standards? if I want to see my grandkids or my cousins or whatever, then I need to get myself together. You know what I'm saying? Like, I need to get myself together so I can be around them. So my uncle or my brother or, you know, my ex or whatever, however you want to put it, he can trust me around them. What in the world? I keep hearing somebody spin tires. So, got you. So that's like, it just sometimes like she, like the kid's mom, my kid's mom think that I be like attacking her, like when I be texting her, you know what I'm saying? And she always talking about she want to protect her peace and all that. But we all know that, you know what I'm saying? How do you have peace and you don't have your children? How can you have peace? You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't have any peace when I didn't know where my kids was. I didn't have any peace being in this involuntary position in life. It's very involuntary, like up until this point. But I didn't have any peace. My soul, my spirit could not rest at all. And so you mean to tell me that the father of your kids, you mean to tell me that when he comes to you and he's asking you for help, when I think Diddy is in jail, when he's asking you for help, when he is coming at you about the kids, trying to see if you can help with anything, if you talk to them, if it, like your father of your kids is telling your kids to call you and talk to them, you mean to tell me that that's disturbing your peace? Make it make sense, because I didn't get myself pregnant and have these kids. I didn't do that. So it's like, why none of y'all, for this matter, none of y'all is giving me, in this world they call me a black man who's raising all of his kids. Why y'all can't give me my credit for choosing to not be a deadbeat, choosing to not take the easy way out? Why y'all can't give me my credit? Somebody like help me understand that. Like, that's why I ain't sending flowers to nobody. I ain't acknowledging nobody's birthdays. I'm not doing none of that. And that's because it's, no matter what I do, it's all good. No matter what I do, no matter how I express my intentions, no matter me moving in my intentions that I express, even by the so-called loved ones, I'm still not getting my credit. I'm still not getting no type of help from anybody. And everybody is still not trying to improve themselves. Riding around in a car that haven't had tags on it for 3-4 years. For me, that's enough to just, I don't even want to deal with you. Because now I got to sit here and bring my kids back and forth to you, when you guys have feet, legs, and breath and all that stuff, to where you can take care of that. You just got to get a job and apply a level of consistency and be a role model. I'm not wrong for that. Charles K says Psalms 127:1. I'm not no bad guy. I'm not a bad guy at all. But I'm going to protect my children. I'm going to protect my legacy. I'm going to protect all of that. I'm going to protect my peace too, because I found God. I found God. I pray to God. I pray with Jesus, especially on my heart and my mind and my soul and my spirit. I pray with my children. I got Carter praying. I mean, we're just flourishing. We are flourishing. And I just refuse to allow people who once had control over me and once had the wool over my eyes with the freaking, what they call them, what don't people do to them Indians? Smallpox and all that stuff in the blanket and stuff just had me just completely deceived. I refuse to allow them back into my life with the same deceiving tactics because I'm in control. But God is in control, but I'm in control. So Psalms 127 and 1. I got you, Charles. It says, if the Lord does not build a house, then those who build it work in vain. If the Lord does not guard a city, then the watchman stands guard in vain. And that's what happened. That's what happened. Let me read this again because I'm going to politic on that for a second. If the Lord does not build a house, then those who build it work in vain. Meaning, and this keep coming to my mind, those one-night type stands. Those one-night stand type deal. You had a one-night stand, next thing you know, she got pregnant, or he got you pregnant. Now, it's like y'all forced to be together. And you're going to try it. You're going to try to be together. And it's going to go sour because it's going to click in y'all mind. Y'all got so much that's not in common that it's just trauma decisions being made. Traumatizing yourselves, traumatizing the children, infidelity because you didn't have God in your life. You didn't put God first in it. They working in vain. You trying to make it work, and the more filing taxes, you only there because you want to file the kids on your taxes. It ain't no real love there. When you get your money, you don't even spend it on the kids. You spend it on everything else except bills, school supplies, and the kids. If the Lord does not guard a city, then the watchman stands guard in vain. From what that sounds like to me, no watchmen, they all in your business too. They just there for the show. They not there to protect nothing. They just there for the show. Just to say, yeah, I was there. But they ain't protecting nothing. They don't have it in their mind to protect and guard something that's precious. It is vain for you to rise early, come home late, and work so hard for your food. Yes, he provides for those whom he loves, even when they sleep. Yes, sons are a gift from the Lord. The fruit of the womb is a reward. Sons born during one's youth are like arrows in a warrior's hand. How blessed is the man who fills his quiver with them. They will not be put to shame when they confront enemies at the city gate. And that's how it is with me. I'm gonna raise my boy. I'm gonna raise my kids up right. My kids are going. For example, with Carter, he won't tell me the truth the first go round. But when I say tell me the truth, on the second go round, he tell me the truth. You know, and that's that. I appreciate that. I appreciate that wholeheartedly. Hold on, y'all. I'll be right back. I have to go get my shoes right quick. I'll be right back. All right, y'all, I'm back. All right, Psalms 127. But yeah, them watchmen who's watching your stuff, they ain't watching to protect it. They waiting on they shot because you believe that they're there to protect what you have, and they're not. How blessed, this is Psalms 128 and 1. How blessed is everyone of the Lord's loyal followers. Each one who keeps his commands, you will eat what you work so hard to grow. You will be blessed and secure. Your wife will be like a fruitful vine in the inner rooms of your house. Your children will be like olive branches as they sit all around your table. Yes, indeed, the man who fears the Lord will be blessed in this day. May the Lord bless you from Zion, that you might see Jerusalem prosper all the days of your life, and that you might see your grandchildren make Israel experience peace. And that's Psalms 127 and Psalms 128. So all of this was in vain. My marriage was in vain. It wasn't in vain for me, but it was in vain for a kid's mom. She just did it so she could say she did it. Whole time had other plans. Like That's what's wrong with the with. I'm speaking for all men. That's what's wrong with a lot of women out here. They feel like since so many people is doing a divorce thing, that they can just go ahead and marry now, and if they change their mind, they just get a divorce. Like that's like the worst thing. That's like the worst woman partner you can have is somebody who literally view marriage as an option. An option that can change. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the worst, and I don't ever want to go through it again. The next woman I choose is the woman that really chooses me. And you got women that's literally getting down on one leg and they are proposing to men. Now, I'm not saying that's gonna be my case, but you just never know. I say no to a lot of females. I surely do. I say no. They can tell me they want me to be their husband until their mouth turn blue. But if they already doing something that I don't like, if they already showing me that they have a problem with authority, I'm not gonna be your husband because you're not gonna marry me just to clash with me. You're not gonna do that. You are not gonna do that. I don't want to get a marriage and have problems. No, the next woman that I get into a marriage with, I got to, I got, I got to see like it's no arguing at all. It ain't no arguing at all. And it's possible. It is possible. There's no arguing. You know why there ain't no arguing? Because there's no secrets. There's no secrets. There's not one person lying and one person telling the truth. It's all truthful. And I will date outside my race. I surely will. I surely will. I will pull up to the party with a snow bunny, Arab, Hispanic, Latina. What I will do it. Cause if she choosing me and she love me, she know how to take care. She's nurturing. She know how to take care of kids. She's soccer mom. You know, I'll do that. I will certainly do it. I don't have a problem with doing that at all. Cause that's God sent. For real, for real. Surely will. But yeah, that was Psalm 27, Psalm 28. Now, this is Matthew right here. Matthew 13 and 16. But your eyes are blessed because they see, and your ears because they hear. For I tell you the truth, many prophets and righteous people long to see what you see, but did not see it, and to hear what you hear, but did not hear it. So listen to the parable of the sower. When anyone hears the word about the kingdom and does not understand it, the evil one comes and snatches what was sown in his heart. This is the seed sown along the path. The seed sown on rocky ground is the person who hears the word and immediately receives it with joy. But he has no root in himself and does not endure. When trouble or persecution comes because of the word, immediately he falls away. The seed sown among thorns is the person who hears the word, but worldly cares and the seductiveness of wealth choke the word. So it produces nothing. And that's people who dwell in the world, who love the world, who do all this extra stuff worldly, like seductiveness of wealth choke the word. So it produces nothing. But as the seed sown on good soil, this is the person who hears the word and understands. He bears fruit, yielding 160 or 30 times what was sown. Charles K says race should never matter, for love is love. God doesn't love just one race or people. He loves all sinner or saint. It's your responsibility as his creation to reject or embrace God. Yes, you are absolutely correct. You are absolutely correct. And we read it in the Bible. He who don't have an attentive, or she, whatever, don't have an attentive ear to the Spirit of God. The words are not of the Spirit. They're not of the Spirit. And I also tell my children this too, because I know that when kids get away from you or whatever, they not around you, they tend to do things that you possibly don't allow them to do. So I tell them, hey, whatever you do when I'm not around, that's on you. That's between you and God. But that's on you, you know? And one of the good quotes that my mom used to tell me, what's in the dark will come to the light. So it's like, you may be keeping it a secret, but there's always somebody watching. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm going to find out either way. Now, how I choose to handle it is probably not going to be how everybody else handle it, which is beat on their kids, smack on their kids, belittle their kids, tell them they ain't nothing. Because that's what my daughter was going through. Not maybe all of that, but some of that, that's what my daughter's going through. And she told me. Yeah, she told me. And I wasn't surprised. I wasn't surprised because these mothers get all these kids to make the man feel less than and try to take all the power from the man. And they don't and they don't even know how to raise the kids. They don't even know how to go and really be a parent. Not all of them. Not all of them. But all of this is because the mothers don't want the men to have power. So you got to find somebody that you're equally yoked with. Y'all got to be equally yoked. Y'all both got to deserve the power. You got to. And I'm not talking about stripping the power from one another, because that's all this justice system is doing. They just play sides. Because the justice system just as well can be on her side and give her everything she needs, but they also will hop right on your side and go against what they said towards her, and then it's just a back and forth type of deal. And really, the only people that's really getting hurt is the kids, because the kids don't know which parent is which if both of them doing the same crap. They don't know who to go to, who to trust. I think something trying to jump on me, y'all. Now check this. This is Matthew chapter 19. And so I'm gonna read it from verse 1 all the way until I stop to where I'm trying to stop. Chapter 19. Now when Jesus finished these sayings, he left Galilee and went to the region of Judea beyond the Jordan River. Large crowds followed him, and he healed them there. Then some Pharisees came to him in order to test him. They asked, is it lawful to divorce a wife for any cause? He answered, have you not read that from the beginning the Creator made them male and female, and said, for this reason a man will leave his father and mother and will be united with his wife, and the two will become one flesh. So they are no longer two, but one flesh. Therefore, what God has joined together, let no one separate. They said to him, why then did Moses command us to give a certificate of dismissal and to divorce her? Jesus said to them, Moses permitted you to divorce your wives because of your hard hearts. But from the beginning, it was not this way. Now I say to you that whoever divorces his wife except for immorality and marries another commits adultery. The disciples said to him, If this is the case of a husband with a wife, it is better not to marry. He said to them, not everyone can accept this statement, except those to whom it has been given. For there are some eunuchs who were that way from birth, and some who were made eunuchs by others, and some who became eunuchs for the sake of the kingdom of heaven. The one who is able to accept this should accept it. Charles K said, when you get a chance, listen to God's Gonna Cut You Down by Johnny Cash. Got you. I got you. So even though this says they become one flesh unless it's immorality, there was immorality going on. There was immorality going on in my marriage. And it was ridiculous, you know. I wanted to be closer with God, and my partner just wanted to try everything under the sun. You know what I'm saying? And it was immoral. It was immoral. And see, you got to be careful who you dealing with, because sometimes when you're trying to bring somebody up to speed, their stuff can rub off on you. And that's kind of what was going on, because I wasn't a bad guy. I wasn't running the streets. I wasn't, you know what I'm saying, like doing everything that everybody else was doing. I was going through peer pressure when I was about 14, 15. I was going through peer pressure, but things was introduced to me. I didn't go out and search for things. Things was introduced to me in peer pressure form. Other than that, you know, I was in the house making music. That's why I know how to make music so good. That's why I make music so good to where I don't curse in my music. I can rap without cussing. I can rap without saying the N-word. I can rap without saying damn. I can do all of that. Just a bunch of immoral stuff going on. So it's like, that's why I say this, honestly, this is like, I just don't get how people cannot willingly not be in their kid's life and then want to still claim a title of mother or father, you know, and feel like they still deserve some respect or things of that nature. I've been really nice, you know what I'm saying? I've been really nice and been really lenient, you know what I mean? But there's no way I'm going to continue to allow my kid's mom to try to justify her actions. There's nothing that can go on to where you mess around with your significant other's family. There's nothing in this world that says, yes, you should do that when such and such happens. You can't justify that. And to spin it around, oh, we can't talk about how things made me feel, but we can talk about how things made you feel and what drove you to do X, Y, and Z. See, I don't want to go back to that, because now you're trying to justify your actions. And it's wrong. You're wrong. I've never slept with nobody in my kid's mom's family. I've never done that. I can't say that they ain't tried me though, but I've never done that, because come on, why would I do that? And then sitting here laying beside her. But you got people that do that, and my kid's mom was one of them, and it's unfortunate. And me, I think I was under a spell or something, because I was willing to forgive all of that and keep my family together. And she completely, if I gave her a cup with my heart in it, she just poured it out just like that, because she just want me. She don't want me. She want me to like give her power over me and things of that nature. And it's not gonna happen, because I'm a man. I'm a leader. It's not gonna happen. I'm gonna leave the house. I'm gonna lead with structure. There's not gonna be no drugs in the house. I'm not gonna allow you to sell drugs. You know, like that's all of that is over with. You're gonna have to find somebody that's gonna allow that. You're gonna have to find somebody that's gonna allow you to kill yourself. and to allow you to trick yourself out of the kingdom of heaven. You're gonna have to find somebody that's gonna allow you to do that. I'm not gonna allow you to do that because God got something. He got something to say about that. You know what I mean? My kids, like when I take them to the doctors and stuff, the doctors, they can tell that mom's not in the picture. And they ask questions. They tell me that I'm a good man. They tell me that they don't really get to see fathers like me. They don't get to see men like me stepping up. And they tell me this every single time. But why do doctors and stuff got to tell me that? It's a power ordeal. Me, like getting money taken out the household because mom giving away the social security numbers to other people, and me not knowing about it. I'm calling the IRS trying to figure out why my taxes getting rejected. We trying to get a house and things of that nature. Whole time she giving away the social security numbers to somebody. Me believing in titles. That's why with all of this, I chose God. I stopped choosing her. I chose God because the truth is in this book, and this book has never lied. God and Jesus, they've never lied. The word does not lie. If it's in this book, it is the truth. And that's what I'm all about. The truth. I want to know the truth. So I gave my life to Christ. I most certainly did. And I really encourage people to do the same thing. You're going through a whole lot, especially relationship problems, and you're willing to sit down and read the Bible and step in God's direction and go to church, but your partner is just not really trying to. That's a flag right there. That's a flag. They not gonna change. That person not for you. That person not for you. They not gonna change. It's gonna be there. God is gonna be there already. That's the truth. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna be there already. And I'm talking to the guys. Cause you got women of God that, women, they may grew up in a church or whatever, but in my mind, when it comes to a man, like, he got to be brought up to speed, you know what I'm saying? And if he turns his back a blind eye, then he ain't for you. He ain't for you. He for somebody that's just like him. Yeah. I wish I would have been reading this Bible a lot sooner. Maybe I wouldn't have went through everything. But I also prayed for a lot of stuff. So things was bound to happen. Things was bound to happen. Now it's what I do with this time that I have left on this earth now that really matters. It's what you choose to do with your time. And I'm choosing God. That's just where I'm at. I'm choosing God. I'm not choosing no parents. I'm not choosing nobody but God. That's what I'm choosing. And I'm raising my kids. And I am the type that I will jump in front of a bullet for my kids, but I also send them out too for the kids. That's just where I'm at. I am a soldier. I am a warrior of God. It just started raining. I think I'm gonna have to get some medicine when I leave out of here because my throat tingling. My throat is tingling. Cut You Down by Johnny Cash. But yep. We was talking about in church. 1 Kings chapter 19. Yeah, First Kings chapter 19. Because Elijah was basically like losing faith, trying to give up. He was losing faith, trying to give up, asked God basically to take his life. And God sent down an angel. An angel approached him with food and told him to get up and eat, and gave him another journey. And so what the pastor was talking about is the fact that you sitting here, you want to give up. You want to give up because you concluding your journey and you want to give up now, and your journey haven't even started. Your journey haven't even started. And see, that's how it was with me years ago. I wanted to give up because nothing I was doing was working. I can bring the money home. I can get a job, bring the money home, pay the bills. But when it came through getting through to her, it just was like me talking to a rock. It just wasn't happening. No matter what I said or done, I could not get through to her at all to be a team player. And I was like, this can't be. I'm thinking she's a late bloomer. Like she on the slow side. She a little late bloomer. That's fine. This person I married, all right, well, cool. It's all right. We're going to figure something out that works for her. But that's also me having God-given patience, though. So it's been a lot of times I wanted to give up, but I couldn't give up at all. You know what I'm saying? There was always the Spirit of God telling me to just keep going. Just keep going. Just keep going, because you're stronger than that. You stronger than this. You stronger than that. Having talks with myself, I know what I'm capable of, this and that. Having talks with myself, you know, knowing my worth, knowing my value, knowing that it would be a straight disgrace if I ended my own life. To where I know where I'm going if I end my life, because my life is precious. And it's valuable, very, very valuable. So if I take my own life for reasons, you know what I'm saying, that a lot of people just really kind of live past, I know I'm going to hell. Because I know that there's people, you ever heard term somewhere there's somebody going through it worse than you, or it's worse for somebody else, or it could be worse. That's all I kept hearing. It could be worse. And I always would think, you can be out here on the street with no car, no L's, nowhere to go. It could be worse. But I chose to keep going. I never thought that I'd be this close to God. And I never thought that I'd be going to church on a consistent basis. I never thought that I have a 5-year-old that prays over the food, especially. Like, I never thought that. But that the kind of household I wanted to run was an open household, to where everybody, if they got problems, they can talk to each other. We can talk everything out. I wanted the ultimate household that my parents couldn't give. Because we had a divided household. My household I grew up in was divided. Because structure-wise, my mom, she was trying to provide a structure, and my stepdad's kids, like the new kids he brought in from a past marriage, or like a past marriage or whatever, they wasn't used to that. They was different. They played a different type of ball game. So it was clashing all the time. All the time. The house clashed all the time. To the point where it was stated, well, you discipline your kids, I'm going to discipline my kids. The house was completely divided. I grew up in a divided household. And it just never could get right. It never got right. It never got right. Never. I had to fight almost every day. I had to fight almost every day. Just because I lived in this household. All because another kid was traumatized off of some other stuff from another marriage type of deal. Same thing with my sister. Everybody just clashing. And all my mom can do is say, don't hang with them. Yeah, let them do it, but you better not do this. Just saying stuff like that. And it's like, yo, you can't sit here and be trying to whoop on me and you ain't doing that to them. So imagine how much rage was building up in me, to where that's why I had made it up in my mind when I was younger that I wasn't going to have my kids around that stuff. I learned from everybody else's mistake. I didn't have to make those mistakes. I learned from everybody else's mistakes. You know what I'm saying? Surely did. That's one reason why I decided I didn't want my kids around everybody, because if you couldn't make a good decision then to protect me, then how you going to make a good decision to protect my children? It's I got to get some medicine. I'm just saying, I'm just keeping it hot. But all in all, I appreciate y'all for listening. My situation, I'm doing okay, but and I'm going through interviews and things like that. You know what I'm saying? But I'm trying to do better as far as that goes. Again, I'm not allowing people who literally messed a lot of things up in the past. I'm not allowing them back into the circle. I'm just not, because I do have a big heart, and every time I give them a chance at redemption, they just completely destroy it. They just obliterate it, and then they want to make me feel bad about pulling back and things of that nature. And you can't sit here and let somebody screw you. It's like watching somebody getting ready to screw you, and then you pull back, and they be like, whoa, come here. No, no. You're not about to do that. I didn't come this far just to be screwed over again by you. No, because if I had not have been screwed over the first time by you, I'd be a lot farther. Yeah, that's probably what it is. This just started today. I took a shower, and then I started cleaning up, and then I took the trash outside. I dwelled outside for maybe 20 minutes, putting up some security cameras and checking on the old ones and things like that. I had a wife beater on, but I'm going to be all right, though. I'm going to be all right. I ain't even worried about it. I'm not worried about it. It just kind of grinds my gears how I don't have any financial help whatsoever by the other parent, but they feel like they can demand time with the kids. Like, so you mean tell me that I'm gonna raise these kids by myself? I'm going to pay their everything, buy everything for them that they need, and you want to get bent out of shape at the fact that you wanting to see them, like their time with you is gonna be limited? You don't contribute at all. You act like you ain't even. You act like these not your kids. You act like you run a rent them or something like that. No, so you can take pictures and all that extra crap with them, and then you know what I'm saying, and put off like you be spending time with them, and you don't. You don't even ask to come see them. But as soon as you don't get your way, that's when you want to come pick them up and things of that nature. But it's not because you want to see them. It's because you want to piss me off and you want to disrupt what I got going on. And it was hard work bringing God into my kids' life. It was hard work getting them to have faith, educating them on faith, educating them on church, educating them on the Spirit of God, educating them on the family iniquities. It was very hard to get them to where they're at now. And I just don't want to backpedal. I don't want to backpedal at all and have them discrediting God and have them discrediting me and have somebody in their face telling them what's real and what's not. And it's all in, I'm going to say opposition, or it's all like they oppose what I'm doing. I don't care who it is. You just, If you're not being a healthy person for me in front of me, then you're not gonna be healthy around my kids, and I'm good on that. We're good on that, family or not. We good on that. It's a process to everything. My daughter wants to hang with friends. Well, before you hang with the friends by yourself, let's go talk to their parents, and maybe we all can go out to eat or something like that. And then, you know what I'm saying, you got to earn that. Well, yeah, they can come over and kick it or whatever the case is. You got to earn that. You just can't up. You got to watch, because you got to watch who you bring in your house. You got to watch who you have around your kids. It's that serious these days. They already was telling kids that they was gay. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, these kids are kids. They telling kids they can choose if they want to be a man or a woman. So there's still people, even though Trump signed an executive order into where they can't do that no more, there's still people out here in the world that have that type of mind where they still will introduce that to kids. And there's no way my kid's gonna come to me and tell me, hey dad, I want to be with a man, or I got a boyfriend. Hey dad, you know, I got a girlfriend. You know, my daughter wants to say no. Mm-mm. We're not about to do all of that. We are not about to do that. That is unacceptable. And that's just how I feel about that. Charles K. says the path of God is long and hard to get to that foundation, but a foundation of God makes a strong house. It was warning that song I gave you. Without that foundation, houses and cities fall. Yes, without God, it all falls. It all falls without God. But there's just too many people that don't believe that because they're worldly. There's too many people that don't believe that. They want to like take all the credit. All of this happened because of me. They want to straight up just not believe that Jesus Christ existed and that God, our creator, is real. They just refuse to accept that. And those type of people have a common lifestyle that you've seen. Like, it's like you've seen one, seen them all. Like, they got that type of lifestyle. I had this homegirl that I grew up with, and she going through it with her mans. And soon I started talking about God. She was like, what God did? What has God done for me? You know what I'm saying? Talking like that. And I was just like, what? I'm like, and I'm sitting here trying to educate her. And it's like, she was still possessed like this response. Like, I don't want to hear about God, this and that. And so I would let her know, well, we can't be cool. You don't want to hear about God. You don't want to talk about God. We ain't got nothing to talk about. We don't have nothing to talk about. You don't want to sit here and talk about God and understand why you're going through your stuff. And you don't want to sit here and understand why I'm choosing God and why I chose God and how positive and loving God has been to me. Then go on back. Go on back over there. Because a lot of females, they want to run. They want to contribute. Like, they want to do the have fun now, cry later type of deal. So they're partying, drinking, smoking, spending all the money up, this and that, not trying to go to work, doing all this extra stuff, tearing up the car. Everything just gets so far behind in work and maintenance. Now they want to run over here to another man that they ain't done that to yet. He still got his car. He still got his house. His bills is paid up. And they look for men whose bills are paid up. So, because the further your bills paid up, the more time it's going to take for you to ask them, hey, listen, you got about like $200? We need like $200 on the rent. You know what I'm saying? Charles K says, the biggest thing God gave to all people, is his son for our sins. But if you want extra, you got to work for it with the Lord in your heart and for the Lord. Yes. Yes, Charles K. Right again. Because faith without work is dead. It's dead. It's really real. Man, I just need, I want Jesus cousin, Jesus Christ 2, number 2, to come down here and really give these people the truth again. And I want to walk beside him. I want to walk beside him. I want to be his trenchman. Because what I'm pushing for everybody to be close to God. I'm pushing like for righteousness. And my standards is high. I don't want nobody who smoke weed, who smokes cigarettes. I don't want to kiss on nobody else that smoke weed and smoke tobacco products and get drunk off of liquor and stuff. I don't want to kiss and hug and love on nobody else that do that. I do not want to do that no more. But I'm about to go check on my shoes. I'm washing and drying shoes. And I got to slide to the grocery store. But it was really nice talking to you guys. Charles K, I'm glad to see you. Glad you're still doing good. You can check out my other live from Friday when I went live. I was reading out of Psalms. I think it was Psalms 127, I think. I think that's what it was. Let me make sure. Psalms 27, not 127, Psalms 27. The Lord is my light and my salvation. I fear no one. The Lord protects my life. I am afraid of no one. When evil men attack me to devour my flesh, when my adversaries and enemies attack me, they stumble and fall. Even when an army is deployed against me, I do not fear. Even when war is imminent, I remain confident. I have asked the Lord for one thing. This is what I desire. I want to live in the Lord's house all the days of my life, so I can gaze at the splendor of the Lord and contemplate in his temple. He will surely give me shelter in the day of danger. He will hide me in his home. He will place me in an inaccessible rocky summit. Now I will triumph over my enemies who surround me. I will offer sacrifices in his dwelling place and shout for joy. I will sing praises to the Lord. I'm trying to tell y'all, I can't make this up. It's in the Bible. It is in the Bible. And I don't think this is what I was reading, as a matter of fact, but this did jump out to me, y'all. And I told y'all, when y'all pull this Bible out, when you seek God, you will find him. And he will find you. That's why you got to read this Bible. But I got to go get my shoes out before somebody else walk out with them. I enjoyed you guys. Make sure you guys like this live. If you haven't already, I'm sorry. Make sure you go check out my music and my playlist. You go look at my playlist. My birthday playlist is still booming. And I'm still currently adding to my birthday playlist. I also got a playlist called the Infinity playlist, which is for like my Infinity drivers or whatever the case is. And it can be a bit vulgar. Don't get me wrong. It can be a bit vulgar, but it's for my Infinity drivers. All right. And I listen to it by myself when I'm alone. But yeah, make sure you guys subscribe and just stay tuned. There's plenty more good lives to come, plenty more good content to come. Charles K says 1 Corinthians 15 and 50 through 54. First Corinthians or Chronicles? Corinthians. (15, 50 through 54). Second Corinthians. I got to get my medical card reapproved. 1 Corinthians. I'm in 1 Corinthians right now. 15. (50 through 54). All right. Now, this is what I'm saying. Brothers and sisters, flesh and blood cannot inherit the kingdom of God, nor does the perishable inherit the imperishable. Listen, I will tell you a mystery. We will not all sleep, but we will all be changed. In a moment, in the blinking of an eye, at the last trumpet, for the trumpet will sound, and the dead will be raised imperishable, and we will be changed. For this perishable body must put on the imperishable, and this mortal body must put on immortality. Now, when this perishable puts on the imperishable, and this mortal puts on immortality, then the saying that is written will happen. Death has been swallowed up in victory. Where, O death, is your victory? Where, O death, is your sting? I'm going to keep reading. The sting of death is sin, and the power of sin is the law. But thanks be to God who gives us the victory through our Lord Jesus Christ. So then, dear brothers and sisters, be firm. Do not be moved. Always be outstanding in the work of the Lord, knowing that your labor is not in vain in the Lord. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you so much for that. Thank you so much for that. I got to go. I'll see you guys maybe tonight, maybe tomorrow, but I'll see you guys again, all right? I appreciate that, Charles K. Stay prayed up. And you know how to get in contact with me. Y'all holler at me. My email is therealdjmonster@gmail.com. If you want to get up with me, you can. I'm always open for conversation. All right? Peace, y'all. Peace. Doop, doop, doop.